What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. And what I got here today is the Lieber 5.8 gigahertz 48 channel entry level FPV goggles. Now this has a 4.3 inch 480 by 272 pixel LCD display, and it also has a built-in 3.7 volt 2000 milliamp battery, and the brightness is said to be 500 candela per meter squared. I guess that's how they measure surface brightness of display products, 500 candela per meter squared. And it also has a built-in 48 channel receiver, 5.8 gigahertz, with auto search functionality. All right, so taking a look at the goggles itself, it's your basic entry-level box style goggles here, and we have what it looks like is a speaker grill, but I checked it, there's no speaker underneath. It is kind of like the circuitry right underneath, so it's serving as a ventilation hole. We got a button that is labeled B, another button labeled CH, on and off switch, and another button labeled S. And if you look right up underneath of that little indentation, there's the micro USB charge port, as well as the audio video jack port right there. And also we also have the tripod mounting hole on the bottom. And what it came with out of the box, the head strap was not attached, so is the antennas. They came separately in the box, but the faceplate foam was already adhered to the goggles itself. And check out the cutout on the nose area. I put this on and there's lots of room for your nose, so very, very comfortable. But the only thing is, this thing is really wide, and the angle that it contours is a very small angle. It is not a deeper curvature to wrap around your face. So when you put this on, your forehead will come resting right around here, and you have a slightly open area on both sides. On my face anyway. For someone else with a little bit wider face, you might not have that problem. So I had a little bit of light leakage from both of the sides, but when I was flying in the house, it didn't really bother me that much. Also, you can see a little bit to the bottom as well, but nothing major. You can still fly with this thing. So let's go ahead and measure this unit right here. So these FPV goggles has a built-in battery already, so it'll be just like this when you put it on your face. So let's go ahead and put it on the scale, and it is measuring in at 297 grams. All right, so measuring the faceplate area of the FPV goggles here. The height measures in at 81.4 millimeters. And let's check the width. Measuring in at 151.8 millimeters. And that is the outside. Now the inside is measuring in at 51 millimeters. And from side to side, it is measuring in at 117.6 millimeters. Okay, here are some of the items that came in the box. Here is a cleaning cloth, and there's a bag of cables, audio video cable, as well as the USB to micro USB cable for charging up the built-in battery. And also we get this user's manual. And we were given 2 stick antennas. These are not diversity receivers. There's only a single receiver in here with 2 antennas. And we are also given this nice head strap harness as well. All right, so let's go ahead and power up one of my tiny hoops here. Give it some power and put it right in front of some black foam and turn on the FPV goggles. And upper right hand, as you can see, just the counter just appeared right now, and it is just about to count down, and that is the on time of the session. So every time you turn it on, it'll count down how long it has been turned on. And on the far right corner, there's the battery level indicator of the built-in battery, and up on the upper left hand corner there is the signal bar, and next to it we have the band and the frequency. So pretty nice display. I've already flown it inside the house and it is decent. It is not as crystal clear because of the pixel density, but now let's go ahead and mess up the channels. I already have it configured. So the B button over here is the band, and the S button over here is for the channels. And this channel button here, if you short press it, it'll take you into the menu. And if you long press it, it will do the auto search. So for now, let's go ahead and short press it and check out the menu. Let's go. Oh, I am out of frequency. Let's go ahead and long press it and get into the frequency. Long pressing it, and it is searching. And let's see how long it takes before it locks in. Looks like I need to press it again. Okay, pressing it again. All right, we are locked in. All right, so let's go ahead and short press that same button marked channel, and it'll bring up the menu and the brightness. And with that, the B button will be to decrease the value, and the S button here will be to increase the value of the menu. So let's go ahead and press it again. It disappears after non-activity. So let's go ahead and lower down the brightness, and I'm hitting this button here to lower down the brightness. And if I hit this button here on the right, it will increase the brightness. So if you tap on the channel button again, it'll take you into the contrast. Next is the saturation. Next is the tint. Next is the language. Next is the mode. You want 16:9 or 4:3. Either button will work. I'm pressing this button on the right to switch from 16:9 to 4:3. And on this button as well, if you press that button, it will do the same thing. Okay, very, very nice. All right, so that is how easy it is to use this FPV goggles. So if you want to change bands, just press the B button. We are already locked in, and we are looking at the Bayang Toys X16. So let me hit that band button and flip over to the opposite band. So now we are not in the same frequency. I'm going to hit the S button, so we are changing the channels as well. So we are completely out of frequency. So let's go ahead and hit that channel button one more time and do the auto search. Long pressing it, and it is auto searching, and it has stopped. Pressing it again, auto searching. The red lettering indicates it is continuing to search. When it disappears, it has locked onto something. There you go. That's how easy it is to lock onto the strongest RF signal. So pretty decent. I love the fact that these have auto search buttons that you don't have to constantly flicker through the channels and the bands. Okay, so I think that's just about everything that I can show you about this FPV goggles on the table. So let's go ahead and take it out on the field and test this baby out. All right, here we are at the field, and what you are looking at is the recording from my phone placed directly in front of the goggles. And both the goggles and my phone is placed on the table with a bandana covering them for light leakage. Now, because of the pixel density of 480 pixels by 272 pixels, you are able to make out the individual pixels on the screen here. So the brightness, the contrast, and saturation are all set at 50%. And I am, however, guess you're wondering, using the Headplay SE goggles to fly this session with the Fury B Geniuser. So I have no idea what the video is looking like on the Lieber goggles at the moment. And I'm so used to flying with the Headplay SE goggles that I am very comfortable and have no problems at all seeing where I'm going, and everything is just crystal clear. But as you can see here on the Lieber goggles, Things are looking all right, but nothing spectacular, as is expected from the 480 by 272 pixel resolution. All right, so let me go ahead and do a few freeze frames so we can check this out a little bit closer. Whoa, as you can see, it is looking pretty blurry here. And check out the props. You can't really focus on the props either. And everything is kind of a little bit double vision, if you will. Whoa, check this out. Taking a look at the grass. Yeah, you can't really tell if it's grass or you can't really tell if those are rocks. Here again, the ground is very blurry, as well as that tree far in the distance is a little bit double vision as well. All right, so now we are taking a look at the recorded video from the Headplay SE goggles of the same exact flight. Now, the Headplay SE goggles are my favorite goggles for FPV flying, and they are just simply awesome. It has a 7-inch screen. You feel like you're right in front of the movie theater. It has a 1280 by 600 resolution recording capability, and that is what we are looking at right now. And it makes a big difference, and you really cannot make out individual pixels, and it is super duper clear. Now, I do feel totally in control of my whereabouts, and it is very comfortable and enjoyable with these Headplay goggles on. Now, let's do a little freeze frame as well. Wow, check it out. You can tell everything that is on the ground. Looking at the far distance, you can still make out the trees. Even the ones that doesn't have the leaves, you can make out its branches. Pretty nice. And check out the grass. You can tell that is grass. Wow, here, once again, it looks like the same snapshot I took earlier. You can tell that there is grass on the ground, even though it's a little bit blurry on the corners here, but you are still able to make out everything that is in this snapshot. Check out the props. You can still see the individual props still spinning. That is awesome. Ha! Check this out, almost the same shot again. Take a look at the ground. You can see all of the lumps of grass on the ground. You can really make it out. And if you look at the far distance, the tree, it is no double vision here. And you are able to single out some of the branches almost. So not bad. I know it wasn't really fair to be comparing a display freeze frame versus a DVR recorded freeze frame, but there you have it, guys. Okay, in this flight, I am wearing the Lieber FPV goggles, and I have the Headplay SE goggles on the table by itself with the DVR recording this video. So far, everything is looking good. I am feeling semi-comfortable, but things are not looking as clear as I was just flying with the Headplay SE goggles. All right, here I am trying to go between the trees here, but my confidence level, because of the display being a little blurry, I kind of am not that comfortable. And I do make out the trees and I do try to go underneath of them, but I chicken out right there and right here as well. I try to make my way underneath, but I ultimately go just between them. And right over here, I almost clipped the top of this tree and it was not my intention to go that close. Okay, there I am standing right there. As you can see, I am wearing the Lieber FPV goggles. There you go. Proof that I'm wearing the Lieber FPV goggles. So here I am going a little bit closer to the skinny trees over here. I see it very clearly as I get close to them, but when I'm far away, I am unable to see where they are located, unlike the Head Play SE goggles. Now I can see the big trees, no problem with that. So I'm starting to feel a little bit more comfortable, or I'm just getting kind of used to wearing these Lieber goggles. As you can see, I'm getting a little bit more bolder going underneath the trees here and turning around on them. So all in all, you are able to do some proximity FPV flying with these goggles. You just got to kind of get used to them. In the beginning, I was a little bit more hesitant. Now I'm feeling a little bit more confident. I think I'm coming in for a landing over here. So let's go ahead and cut it to the next scene. All right, so we are at the other side of the park. I have relocated myself. You see that little ghosting effect on the left side of the video? That is the light leakage coming in through my bandana, trying to cover that light leakage area. And as you can see, everything is looking pretty dark. The reason for that is because even though it's sunny out, we do have a little patch of cloud giving us a little shade over here. And as I'm moving out, we are moving out from the shade, and right around here we have entered into the sunlight, and it does make a big difference whether you are in the sunlight or you are in the shade. And in case you are wondering what I'm flying here, I'm flying the MJX Bugs 3 with my FPV mod and also the antenna mod on the transmitter. We have gone around 320 meters away, and it is still doing fantastic with these Lieber goggles. You see a little bit of snow right there, a little bit of static, but nothing major. So these goggles are pretty decent as far as distance is concerned. Okay, the remote control is starting to beep here, so I'm going to bring it in for a landing. Now, I've had this MJX Bugs 3 for a very long time, and this is the original battery that came with it. It does hold a little bit over half, 50% of the charge that it originally had, and I left it in the box fully charged, so it kind of depleted itself. So we probably had about 30% of charge left in it. So I'm bringing in for landing. As you can see, even though the sun is out now on this side of the field, things are looking still very dark in the shade. So it does make a big difference whether or not you are in the shade or you are in the sunlight. All right, so this is the recorded video on the Headplay SE goggles of the same previous flight. As you can see, everything is very clear. I just wanted to show you the difference between the Headplay SE goggles and the Lieber FPV goggles. Wish I can fly like that in normal speed. All right, here is another clip. This video is the recorded video from the DVR on the Headplay SE goggles of the flight of the Fury B X215 Pro, and I am flying it wearing the Lieber FPV goggles. Yeah, so if you are on a budget and you want to do some FPV and you just want to cruise about, uh, these are not bad. I'm kind of enjoying myself right here, just cruising around, not doing too much maneuvers, and it's very enjoyable. I'm in full control as well. And plus, if you want to do some maneuvers like power loops and stuff like that, and flips and rolls in a big open area, you are still able to do so. I feel like I'm pretty confident as I'm getting a little bit closer to the tree, a little bit closer to the structure here. So not that bad at all. Yeah, so the only thing that is missing on these goggles, and a lot of goggles, as a matter of fact, is a DVR. I'm not sure how expensive a DVR is. I'm sure you can get an external DVR and you can mod it and put it on there and record your flights with it. Here I am circling around myself just to show you guys that, yes, I am wearing the Lieber FPV goggles. And I think I'm getting a little bit more confident as I'm scooting around a little bit more than I was before. So yeah, these goggles are not bad. And here I am going behind of the building where there's a little bit of static on my side, but on the DVR of the Headplay SE goggles, you don't see that much of a breakup. Yeah, check it out. Pretty stylish goggles. Yeah, I think I'm getting a little bit more confident, more comfortable wearing these goggles and starting to kind of show in the flying here, starting to let go a little bit. Yeah, so if you want to check these goggles out, as always, I'll leave a link down below in the video description so you guys can check it out. Yeah, look at that. I'm getting a little bit closer to the structure. Yeah, not bad, not bad. All right, so let's go ahead and bring it in for a landing. Okay, so here is the final flight, and this time around I'm flying the Fury B X215 Pro, and I'm wearing the Headplay SE goggles, and that is the recorded video from the DVR of the Headplay SE goggles in the small picture-in-picture, and the bigger screen is the recording from my iPhone on the Lieber FPV goggles on the table. And here is a side-by-side comparison of the two videos. So the Lieber goggles are not bad. It's not cracking up as much. It is going the distance. But of course, you don't have a DVR, like I said, and you need to do a DVR mod if you want to record your videos. But, if you are going to go that far, just spend a little bit more and get the Headplay SE goggles. Already comes with a DVR, a lot clearer. But if you are on a budget and you have to FPV, do what you gotta do. And this is not bad. All right, so here is the rest of the flight of the Fury BX215 Pro, and it is the recording from the Lieber FPV goggles with my phone. All right, so thank you so much for tuning in and watching, and have a great day, and we'll see you again next time.